Hello everyone. So funny story, I realized I had released the short for this video like weeks ago and I had never dropped the full video. And I was going through all of my old footage and I was like, oh my gosh, I never started this. That's crazy. So I'm glad to have found it and to be showing you how I painted it and put it together, kind of a longer process video. And I really hope that this recording will go smoothly because there's guys in my yard trimming hedges and things, as irony would have it, and I hope that doesn't get picked up by too much of the audio. I'm gonna have to see. But yeah. So anyway, let's get started. All I'm doing is taking some alcohol and a cotton swab and kind of cleaning because I put a color where I didn't want it. What I do like about this mold is that it seems to be, compared to other like Tree of Life molds that they make, this one's actually very deep. What I haven't liked about some of the bigger wall hanging molds is that they've been so shallow, but that's not a problem with this one. So I'm starting with a kind of coffee bronze color, because I've decided that when I was making this thing I wanted to make it shiny. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it shine. Just spreads it around evenly. Yeah, if I have a choice between a shallow and a deep mold, I'll always choose the deeper mold. You've less chances of things spilling over the edges if you pour too much resin, and it just makes I find a sturdier product. And I've noticed that when I'm at art festivals, people handling my actual products seem to appreciate the thicker, sturdier items. Let's see, I'm trying to find out what's the next color because I don't want to do it all one color. I kind of want colors to bleed into each other. I am going to add a little bit of this pink and brown together, and I'm just going to blend that in. This is one of the chameleon colors. I think this is the champagne color, actually. Getting that all good and blended in there, and now we're going to turn it a little bit at an angle so that I can get into the sides. You want to make sure all the side area and the edges are covered when you're doing a deeper mold. And you can see better what I'm doing here with the chameleon and the coffee color. I kind of want to have a few portions of the roots that are covered in this kind of champagne, just to give us more than one color than just pure brown, because I've noticed a lot of these Tree of Life arts have a lot of color to them, and I do like that aspect of them. So I'm going to come back in here and add our brown notes. And I think all of this is going to blend together very nicely. I already like the way the tree and the roots are coming out. And again, we're just going to rotate it around. Trying to be careful here because I want to make sure that any of those stray pieces will fall onto the side and not onto the leaves or any other part of the mold. I'm just making sure you can see, like, kind of in that little top area there where it's still white on the side. Those are the kind of areas that you want to make sure get covered. let's flip it over and see what we've got to so far. That took me about a minute because I had to make sure I got into all the little cracks and crevices. And now I'm going to take a Q-tip with some alcohol and just kind of clean around that ring where some excess may have fallen, because I don't necessarily want that color palette mixing with the color palette that I'm going to make for the rope that rings around this. I think I want to go with a much darker brown on that than I'll use for the tree to kind of get some contrast into that. And now I think we're ready to start on the leaves. I'm going to go with this kind of magenta chameleon color. I feel like I'm almost in a kind of fall theme for this tree of life, which is kind of funny considering that I'm recording this video in spring, but hey. We go where inspiration takes us on this channel. Okay, now I think I'm going to add some gold into that. We'll get to some sort of green eventually. I have a golden green off to the side that I might use. But I think I'm going to stick to a 3-color scheme for these leaves. Let me just make sure I blended all of these little details on the branches, because some of these branches will still go up into the leaves. It won't just be pure leaves, and I want to make sure that I've got the same thing going on with the top that I have going on with the bottom, which is kind of a mixed color scheme. Now this did get a little bit messy, so let me take some alcohol and some cotton and just start to kind of clean around those edges, because again, I don't really want that color scheme getting mixed up with that side. Now I'm just going to try to work a darker brown around into the wreath, because I kind of want some contrast against those brighter, shinier colors. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab some of the edges first. There we go, that's coming out, I think. I'm not sure, it is kind of different, but I might have made it too close of a color to the tree. We'll see. If not, I can go over it with some darker color. Yeah, I ended up deciding to grab a kind of a darker brown and mix that into there, because that's more of what I want. Now let's put the finishing touches on the leaves, and we finally got around to our green, and I think I am going to kind of go with this gold green. It's worked well in a lot of past projects, and I think it will fit the theme of this one quite well. right, we're getting along into the final stretch. We've covered a lot of ground. There might be maybe 1 or 2 little leaves that I still have to fill in. And then we'll be ready to do a pour. Let me kind of just clean up this. I don't think I want that. Might be a little too much right there. Yes, I'm going to fix that area first. If you like what you've seen so far in this video, why don't you take this moment before we do the pour to go ahead and like and subscribe. That is one way to support me and support my channel and my art for absolutely free, at no cost to yourself, and you get updated when my videos drop. And I've got lots of cool stuff planned out for my future videos that you won't want to miss. I think I'm starting this week to see if I can't move into a jewelry segment of my videos, how to make some clips and barrettes and drips and really cool things with UV resin. In addition to that, I know a very safe and non-toxic way to marble paper using shaving cream of all things, believe it or not. So safe you can do it with your kids. May also make a video on that if people show interest. So we have lots of neat stuff coming up for this channel, not just mica powder paintings. Though I do enjoy my mica powder paintings. Let's get our mold ready for the pour. I've mixed some resin and a nice kind of pearlescent white mica powder pour for this, because I want those bright colors to really show, and white's really one of the best for that. Now, because of all the little tiny details that this Tree of Life pour has, I'm going to have to kind of go slow, very slow with my pour, and kind of direct things with my popsicle stick and my toothpick. And I feel like these slower, more detailed pours really test my shoulder strength, because I kind of have to bend over and hover over it and hold this cup very precisely, because it won't be a bad thing if there's a spill where it doesn't need to go over the border, but I'm trying to make this as clean of a pour as I can and to control the flow of resin as much as I can. You can see on the bottom where the roots are, where I've poured. It's pretty good at staying where it is, staying put. And until I have resin touching all the surfaces, it's not really going to flow into each other and close to each other. So, to make sure that those leaves are making me anxious. Just making sure. I may need to get the hang of using one of those droppers to drop resin into there, but I never have. So far, so good, okay. Got a few little droplets that fell off to the center, but that's nothing. There we go. I'm going to use my kind of silicone spatula to kind of see if I can't spoon some into those leaves. I'm going to have to link these in the comments section, because they're kind of a lifesaver at guiding these smaller pours, and unlike the popsicle sticks, you can use them again and again. Just want to get into all of those little roots. The roots are really turning out to be the more challenging thing to get covered, but that's okay. We're gonna get there. Slowly but surely we're gonna get there. You'll notice at the top of the mold I painted a piece of it magenta where it's not even a pour. That's alright. Just making sure that I get the right amount of thickness around the border without overfilling it. I think I may have, incredibly enough, mixed just enough resin. Might even have some extra, but more is better than less. More is definitely better than less. Yeah, I'm just going to spoon it out because there's definitely no precise way to pour some of that. This is a lot easier. Add a little bit more in the center, see if we can't get some of that stuff now that I have a lot of area covered to kind of spread out more. And I kind of sped up this part because I do believe that this is the longest it's ever taken me to pour something because of the precision, just the level of precision I need. And the thing that, look at that, I did end up using all my resin. Well then, hello. 24 hours later, that's solid. Peel off that excess. It looks like it's going to come apart relatively easy. I just it's going to want to hold on to there because the smaller the details on the mold, the more it usually wants to grip on. It's got more places to bond to. But there we go, it's coming. Slowly but surely, it's coming. I might have to pull it a little bit closer to myself. Come on, come on. Yeah, gotcha. And there we have it. And it came out shiny and nice looking as I expected. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna have to make some kind of hanger for it. Love the way it catches the light. Very nice and very solid too. I'm glad that it came out so sturdy. I was a little bit frightened it would be flimsy. And here we are at the final result. It came out very nice. I wanted to show some close-up in the light. If you like this video, like and subscribe. And speaking of subscribers, I've noticed a few additions. There's been an uptick in numbers. Welcome to the channel. I don't know if I picked you up over the last 2 weekends of working art festivals, but if so, that's awesome. That means that my plan to get the channel's name out there via the booths I've been working has been a good strategy. So I'm planning on doing some different stuff after Easter. I want to kind of branch out into resin jewelry a little bit with the new UV resin I've got. I've already got a little bit of footage on that. I'm just waiting to get all the materials together that I need to gather before I can start that one. And I'm also in the process of possibly putting out a draw with me video, another digital art video. I think I might finally have the right footage together to do that. And if there's anything that you would like to see me make on this channel or attempt, then let me know what you think in the comments section. Tell me your art story. Until next time, bye for now.